Well, hi again, everybody. It's our regular Monday visit with Orange head coach Scott Shafer, looking back at what happened Saturday and ahead to the next one as the Orange are again on the road this week, taking on Virginia, 3:30 in Charlottesville on Saturday, and Shafer a loss in Tampa this past weekend. I know you guys really were optimistic going on the road, and now that you had an opportunity to sort it through, what comes to mind?
Well, you know, we were obviously coming out of that game very disappointed, anxious to get back and watch the tape. And, you know, at the end of the day, watching the videotape, you know, South Florida beat us. I mean, they did a better job with some of the fundamentals that are so important on game day. You know, they maintained their blocks better than we did. You know, they got off blocks better than we did, and they executed when they needed to, you know. In the fourth quarter there, I thought we were going to have an opportunity. It was a 7-point game. Momentum was shifting, and a couple mistakes, you know, really got us to the point where it was unsurmountable, unfortunately for us. But now you got to take those lessons. You got to move forward. You got to pick the kids up and you say, let's get ready for a very talented Virginia team. And so that's what we're doing here, and we're looking forward to getting back on the practice field Tuesday to right some of those mistakes.
Now, you hear coaches, you just did, the football coaches say, we're going to watch the film, we're going to get it corrected. Now, nothing you can do today can get you off a block from last Saturday.
That's right.
Right? Well, so how do you approach the week, whether it's, you know, even sticking away from a personal foul penalty or some of the things that happen? How does that come up? How do you manifest itself and work on it this week?
Well, you know, with regards to that penalty, you know, we've been our penalty battle this year has been the best we've been since I've been here in 7 years. Our kids.
Well, South Florida in that game had half again as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And so, you know, you got to look at it, but you can't overdo it. You can't overdo anything. You can't say, well, this one play, this, you know, there are multiple instances that changed the outcome of that last game. So you focus on what's been true for your whole career, and that's let's get back to work. Let's put together a game and let's work on our fundamentals. You know, you tick them off as you go down. You check them off. You say, okay, we're going to do more block destruction drills. We're going to do more open field cut drills, and you work on them. You know, you go to work on it. You take that anxiety and that frustration, you turn it into stress, and you go to work on it. And so we'll work on those stress points in practice, and we'll get better at it. The good thing is we got a good group of kids, and you know, they saw it. They understand the mistakes they made, and now I know they'll fight the good fight to come on back and have a good week of preparation.
There's always something. You know, being with Eric Dungy minutes after the loss, you can see the emotion, hear it in his chest and in his voice. He's not a guy used to losing in anything that he does. He and the offense, they had their moments. How do you channel that for the better?
It's a learning process. You know, I said a few weeks ago, you know, there's going to be freshman moments with some of these young kids that are playing for us. There's going to be freshman moments that you look back and you say, oh, how did he not see that? And then they're going to come in and watch the videotape and say the same thing. Oh, man, coach. And, you know, you just go back and you start pounding the rock and you keep working hard, and they come back. The thing you love about them is their energy and their enthusiasm to get better. And Eric's a great example of that. But, you know, I really believe he'll come back, and Coach Lester will do a nice job, you know, sequentially building on the things that need to be improved. And there's no doubt in my mind that Eric will do a good job coming back, as will the rest of the kids. And, you know, it's part of the process. It's where you coach. You know, so many times you think about the things that are outside of getting better. And if you start focusing on those things, you make a mistake. But if you accentuate the work ethic and the things that you know through all your years are going to get you better, that's when you'll see those improvements coming. So I know Eric will be working hard at it. He already is as we speak here right now. And I have all the confidence in the world in him.
Well, you saw Irv Phillips come back and beat Irv Phillips in that game. Jordan Fredericks continues to show what type of an explosive athlete he is. Now, as you transition, Coach, into the Virginia game this week, here's another team that, you know, I'm sure was optimistic going on the road to Pittsburgh this last week. They came away with a loss and are now 1-4. Pro-style team, the way they line up, what marks the Cavaliers for you?
Well, first off, you know, Virginia's always done a good job and had a lot of talent on their team in recruiting. You know, it's a beautiful place, a great academic institution, and they've been able to attract a lot of great players over the years. They've had a very brutal schedule this year. You know, they've played a lot of very good football teams and come up short. You know, the Pitt game's a great example of that. They had a couple opportunities to win that game, and if not for a ball being 6 inches thrown too far, they might have come up with that victory. It was a fourth quarter game. They had a surge, and then Pitt did a nice job finding a way to win. So we're going to have a team that's probably very frustrated and angry because they've been close in some games. So we're going to have to put on our best effort and focus in on the things that we know can help us get a victory. So I know Coach London will have his kids ready to play, but that offense, like you mentioned, they have a couple very good high-level wide receivers. I think their offensive line is as strong and athletic as I've seen, this year. So we'll have a great challenge in front of us, and a well-coached team too. Like I said, a play here, a play there, they got a couple more victories.
They'll use those receivers as backs, carrying the football, and they are explosive in the running or the kicking game as well. So it'll be one of the best punt return teams you see this year.
Yeah, they do a great job with that, and the limited number of touches they've had in the return game have been very fruitful for them. So we're going to have to, be on cue with that part of the football game, as well as offense and defense.
Of course, with your punter, you never know what to expect. What is next from Riley Dixon? Coach, we thank you for the visit. We know you and your staff will be hard at work this week, and we'll check you again on the road, okay?
Thanks, Matt.
Orange head coach Scott Shafer. Much more from him throughout the week. You can catch it all right here at Cuse.com.